Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. All right. So, learning to surf the ripple. Here we go. So excited to be with you guys. 1 week from my 43rd birthday. 43. It's not about me, but is it? Okay. Limits. What does limits have to do, Megan, with this analogy with a riptide and being able to survive it? We must figure out where we begin and where we end. What gates or fences around us need to be in place for us to survive. So, with this cheesy analogy, we're on the shore, we're exhausted, but people are telling us to get back in. Come on, it's going to be fun. No, it's not going to be fun. You're dehydrated, you need water, you're exhausted, you're tired, you're going to pass out. We have to have limits. We hate boundaries. Like, by nature, kids don't want to hear the word no. This is not something we teach them. We don't teach children to say, you're not nice, you're mean, because you won't let me do everything I want. It's not something we have to teach. It's something they automatically know inside of them. So, okay, what do? What we do is we consistently give children the same rules time after time after time after time, and then eventually they start saying them and they understand them. Well, when we come from broken homes or broken situations or painful adventures, guess what? Our limits, our boundaries, they get all confusing, all turned inside themselves. So when we look and see why we're drowning in a riptide and why we don't even know where the surfboard is, could it be because we have tried to carry everyone else with us? And mind you, we probably wanted to carry them so that we didn't have to deal with our own stuff and look in the mirror. If I am carrying all these people behind me, well, of course, if I don't surf well, it's not my fault, right? Wrong. If you choose to not take care of yourself and have consequences because of that, you are not a victim. Sorry, you're not. You can be a victim if you choose to, but you're not. That's not who you are as in your core identity. I'm not buying it. I said to someone today earlier, I'm calling the bull card. I'm calling the BS card. I don't actually believe you believe that. I think you might want me to believe you believe that. And in processing, that is just such a powerful thing. Let's call the BS card on ourselves. So I have a history of an eating disorder and unhealthy relationship with food and my mom. And I have used this excuse of, guess what? Now, I haven't been active in bulimia since I was 20. So I've been in recovery for a good hot minute, but I've also not taken care of my body either. So not necessarily the best in recovery, but I'm working on it. But when I'm stressed, I eat or I don't take care of myself. So as I'm going on a new journey, which I'll talk about later on. And as I do that new journey, I'm realizing I have blamed my mom for things that aren't fair. Now, mind you, she was a little off the chain. I'll probably have her on here. But I remember looking at her and being like, you can't love me fat, Mom. You don't get to love me. And I let that be my excuse of not taking care of myself. I'm just going to be heavy because you know what? That's going to be my excuse. I'm calling the BS card on myself. I'm setting limits. If I am emotionally exhausted and tired and over it, and I'm just ready to be done and run away, I don't get to choose food over exercise any longer. I don't get to because I don't choose to. I am going to be 43 next week, and I am choosing me. I'm choosing me because it's not all about me. There's a little girl's hand, wherever, right there. Okay, whatever. I can't do that. That little girl's hand is my daughter's. It's Brianna. And on its little princess castle she made in preschool. And that is to remind me every day when I see that, man, I want to be the mom that she thinks I am. I want to be the therapist that my counselors need. I want to be, more than anything, the woman that the little girl in me so desperately needed. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to set limits. If you're draining my energy, I'm not going to respond. I'm going to keep making people frustrated. If it's not mutual friendship, if I don't feel, you know what, I'm going to have to let it go. Lisa, I hope you forgive me for how I mispronounced your name. Turkhurst? Lisa Turkhurst. I want to trust you, but I don't. This is a great book. There also is another one about boundaries. Good boundaries and goodbyes. My best friend at the time of, like, I don't know how many years, over a decade, read that book, and I wasn't being a good friend to her. A lot of things were going on inside of me, and she walked away from our friendship, and I was heartbroken. I'm still sad about it, but you know what? Good boundaries and goodbyes. Good. She took care of herself, and I'm so proud of her for doing that. And now it's time for me to be proud of me, because I got to do that. And the biggest person that I have to do that with is myself. So that means I'm paying attention now to ingredients. Y'all, did you know that mushrooms, not that kind of mushroom, but mushrooms apparently have some anti-inflammatory properties? I have learned more this week about homeo, like all this. It's just so much. I've learned so much. I can't even tell you how much I've learned. I'm so, like, I just am amazed. I am amazed at how much I didn't know about nutrition. I mean, mind you, my last nutrition class was in 2000, maybe 2001 in college. But anyways, so how I'm going to set limits is I'm going to have accountability. And I'm going to get real uncomfortable. And hopefully I'm going to make other people feel uncomfortable, so that they take a look in the mirror and they say, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. And they realize that they get to have freedom. You get to leave the codependent Olympics. You get to leave it. Leave the cape goodbye. I'm setting boundaries and limits with that codependent desire to make everyone feel like I have encouraged them today. That serves me. Codependency serves us. The person who's giving. You're not a martyr. You are getting affirmation or some kind of need met inside of you. Should you do nice things for people? Yeah. But let's not do it because we feel bad about ourselves. Did I ever think that that was the case with myself? No. I never thought that was why I was doing things. But when I learned, when I knew better, I did better. And sorry, my Angelo fans, sorry, killed that one. But it's so true. I now know better, so I'm going to do better. I talked about this book, The Fifth Agreement. Love this book. Don't take anything personally. Limits. It's none of your business. It is none of your business. If someone responds in a certain way because of something that you did, all you can do is take ownership for that part and keep it moving. And if they want to come back, great. Then apologize for the part that you have to play. But make sure it aligns with your ethics. If someone said you did whatever and you doesn't feel right to you, you can say, hate that you feel that way, but you do not have to take things that don't belong to you. Pie, cognitive behavioral therapy, the pie of responsibility. We can only eat the piece of pie that's ours. If you did something, fine, take ownership, make a change, be different. But let's stop living in shame. I let myself go, and it's not because of my mom. It's not mommy issues. It's me issues. So I will be 43. And for the first time my entire life, it will be all about me in a whole new way. In a way where I don't expect the whole world to stop because I got my feelings hurt. Or I don't expect everyone to understand my perspective or where I'm coming from. No. That not everyone likes me. I have seriously had this thought has happened in my 30s, probably in my 40s now, definitely in my 20s. I don't understand how that person could not like me. I'm such a great person to like. I'm also a whole lot. I didn't realize I was high maintenance until I went through a divorce. I was like, what? I'm not high maintenance. Yes, I am. Yep. I'm high maintenance. I like sparkly things, and I'm just high maintenance. And I have to face that. And I'm loving me at 43. So I don't care what age you are. But please take a look at what limits need to be set, at the ways you want to love yourself differently. And let's make those changes. Because time is so precious. And the little hands in our lives. And if you don't have any kids, fine, little paws, whatever. The little us, they're enough. They are enough to stop, to set the limit, to say no more. No more. Because I'm not going to keep doing this and blaming everyone else. I'm going to take ownership of what I can do today, right now. So, learning how to surf the limits. Learning how to surf the ripple with limits. So, next week we're going to talk about living. Today I did my first day. It's not completely done, so I'm not talking about it yet. I'm going to do one full week, and I'm going to bring back some information about something new that I'm doing. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to ask that all of you who see this, no one ever knows what I'm doing alive. It's not what I'm trying to do this for. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it for the little girl that wants to publicly say, man, I'm going to choose me. And I apologize if I ever did anything that hurt anyone. But I'm going to stop hurting myself by watching my old friends go on vacations and have a great time together and not invite me. I'm going to stop it. Stop it. I'm going to stop looking at pictures and saying, oh man, I remember when I was there too. Let it go. Let it go. So, Mel Robbins says, let them. And I'm going to say, you get to. Go Mel Robbins. Let them. You get to live your life the way you believe it should be lived. And I pray with everything in me that your ethics are so far above what the world's are that it just is a ripple effect. And that people start wondering why everyone is so kind. Everyone keeps doing nice things. It's just they can't stop seeing all the beauty in the world. They no longer have to watch the news and be tormented. It's important to be informed, but could you look at like actual real sources? Just saying, I'm not going to get on that. But limits. I need you to limit your social media time. Limit your CNN, Fox News, whatever time. Limit it. And go to the source you tap into, something higher than you, greater than you. If it's a tree, whatever it is. If it's God, whatever it is. Figure it out. Figure out what aligns with you. Set those limits. And we're going to start to live. How about y'all? But I'm tired of surviving. I'm done. Surviving. Peace out. That's going to lead. I'm not taking that into 43. I'm not taking it. Not one more day of just surviving, of working my butt off to try to help other people live and not living myself. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you are reminded of who you are and who you can be. And you set every stinking limit you need to make sure you get to your goal. All right. See you next week.